They were some heart-stopping moments in the air, to say the least. And now we're hearing the harrowing details. Air Canada Flight 88 from Shanghai to Toronto encounters severe turbulence over southern Alaska. Then comes the big bounce, injuring 21 people. The plane was diverted to Calgary. Some passengers finally arrived in Toronto overnight. Here's what they experienced.
You can see part of the ceiling where somebody had actually flown into it, broken the plastic. The gas masks were hanging down, blood.
There was a gentleman just directly in front of us that literally hit the roof, and another lady that was to my left who also hit the roof.
Well, there's a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
And there's like a lot of kids crying.
Those who didn't make it to Toronto remain in Calgary this morning, and that's where we find Aaron Collins. So, Aaron, what do we know about this flight and the passengers that were on board?
Well, Andrew, obviously you can hear those testimonials there. Anyone who was on Flight 88, it's a trip that they're never, ever going to forget. And for 21 of the people who were in that big drop, that big bump, as you mentioned, they were held here in Calgary, taken to hospitals around the city to be treated. Now, the good news, all 21 of those passengers are believed to be in good condition. They're not believed to be in any life-threatening condition. So, of course, at the end of that big bump and all that harrowing sort of up and down in the sky, something nobody wants to experience, at the end of the day, everyone appears to be all right. So that's really the silver lining in this really frightening experience for the air travelers involved.
And Aaron, any word on the cause?
Well, it is that turbulence. We heard about that big bump as they came over Alaska, and what the Transportation Safety Board is here in Calgary trying to determine today is sort of twofold. One, they know turbulence caused that bump, but they want to know how big it was. So how much of a drop did that Boeing 777 experience as it flew over southern Alaska? And they also want to know whether or not it was a surprise. So to do that, they're going to be interviewing crew, and they're going to be looking at the cockpit recorder as well as the flight recorder. Now, for its part, of course, Air Canada has come out with a statement. Their position, of course, their primary concern really here is for the safety of the passengers that they were ferrying from Shanghai to Toronto on this trip. And they also took the time to thank the first responders here in Calgary, the 15 ambulances and EMS people who responded to take those passengers to hospital around the city. Of course, the quick action of those folks on the ground here in Calgary contributing to the well-being of those 21 passengers who were injured, Andrew.
All right, Aaron, thank you. That's Aaron Collins in Calgary. As Aaron was mentioning, Air Canada issued this statement regarding Flight 88. The airline says safety is always our first priority, and so any incident involving the safety of our passengers and crew is of utmost concern. The airline also went on to thank the flight crew and those on the ground in Calgary for their quick response.